All right, you ready for a killer? Because this is going to be a rough one. What is the instantaneous rate of change of the function f of x equals the square root of x plus x squared at x equals 4? The formula for the instantaneous rate of change is the limit as h approaches 0 of f of x plus h minus f of x all over h. So what I need to do is I need to come over here and find out what f of x plus h is. So that involves me taking f of x and replacing every square root, or rather every x with x plus h. And so yeah, we do have a square root. That's where my mind went. And so we get the square root of x plus h, not much I can do there, plus x squared, which is going to be x plus h squared. Now, again, not much I can do there. But what I can do with the second one is I can say that you are a perfect square trinomial, and you simplify out to x squared plus 2xh plus h squared. Okay? FOIL it out, baby. Now, the other guy, stuff you already know, f of x, we already know is root x plus x squared. Nothing wacky happens. Now, we take both of these guys and we replace both of those guys with these guys. So I have the limit as h approaches 0 of f of x plus h, which is going to be gross square root of x plus h plus x squared plus 2xh plus h squared, right? And then I'm going to subtract all of root x plus x squared. All of this is over h. Now the issue is when I have the limit as h approaches 0 and I only have h in the denominator, plugging in 0 is a no-go. So I'm hoping magical things happen. I'm hoping things disappear and all that good stuff. First, I have to distribute that negative. So I have the limit as h approaches 0 of the square root of x plus h plus x squared plus 2xh plus h squared minus root x minus x squared all over h. Now, nothing special has happened yet, except for the fact that u and u will disappear. So that leaves me with the limit as h approaches 0 of the square root of x plus h plus 2xh plus h squared minus root x all over h. Again, I can't plug in h. Okay, I can't plug in 0 for h because that'll make, the whole thing undefined. That's no good. But what I do notice is that u and u have an h attached. So what I can do is I can kind of move you guys to the side. So I will say the limit as h approaches 0, I can keep you two grouped together, and I'm going to do so with a little bit of space, and you'll see why. X plus h minus root x all over h. And I'm going to move you to the side and eliminate all of these h's. In fact, let me just show that step. There's no need for me to rush things. So 2, let me factor out an h. So h, 2x plus h all over h crosses out. And what I'm going to do while I'm over here is, the h on the bottom is still very problematic. What I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply the top and the bottom here by the conjugate of that guy. Not friendly at all. X plus h in the root plus root x all over x plus h plus root x. Okay, so one step at a time. What that does for me here after I FOIL this out is I get root x plus h plus root x plus h, giving me x plus h, minus grossness plus the same grossness, so these guys will cancel out in the middle, and then minus x. And that's going to all be over h times the square root of x plus h plus the square root of x, right? And then this just becomes plus 2x plus h. Now all of this is still being taken with the limit as h approaches 0. Okay? So let me write that out, the limit as h approaches 0. You cancel out. Now all of a sudden I have h alone over h times stuff, and the h's cancel out. So I am left with the limit as h approaches 0 of 1, because again, the x is canceled out, gone, and that left me with an h over h times stuff, so 1 over the square root of x plus h plus the square root of x plus 2x plus h. Now I can plug in my 0 and feel pretty good. Okay? So if I plug in my 0 for h, u will go away, and u will go away. And that leaves me with 1 over root x plus root x is 2 root x, and then plus 2x. Still not done yet, because x is 4. So now I have to replace x with 4. So that's 1 over 2 root 4 plus 2 times 4. Okay, in the limited space that I have, 1 over 2 root 4 is 1 over 2 times 2, which is 1/4, plus 2 times 4 is 8. So when all is said and done, we get 8 1/4. Tricky, 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 gross, tricky, gross. But that's how you do it.